there's inside information out there that retail never knows, and something big's going on behind the scenes, whether it be a forced buyout, stock price, getting beat down and some kind of takeover. Or, there's a lot of things that we could speculate on that could be going on, but I just refuse to believe that as bad as it's been and unfair as it's been for us retail, that something's going to have to give. You know, uh, maybe I'm just stubborn, but I just really believe there's too much good to believe that this thing's just going to go to the ground. I think it's going to go absolutely the way that everybody feels it's not going to go. I think it's really going to turn around and do something big, and I think your loans are going to be blessed uh, financially. Uh, I might be proved otherwise, but until then, I'm still pouring my heart into it. You know.
Yeah, there's going to be some positive pressure coming in once that stuff starts to get announced. And like I said, with seeing
Yep.
this article saying that Mullen may be in the final stages of its, dilution for now, going straight into production, that's probably why the stock is getting driven down as low as possible before a reversal.
Yeah, I agree. They talk about capitulation. They talk about trying to get retail out.
Mm.
Um, your long aren't shorting this. Your long investment funds, hedge funds, your I don't know. I couldn't give you an example of one that I know for sure isn't shorting, but the ones that are long and pour money into this from an institution standpoint, you think they'd have something to say about the naked shorting and the illegal naked shorting, but nobody's making a big deal of it except for us. Um, those guys probably know that something's coming and they're just loading the boats as cheap as possible and just riding it, And I think that's a lot of people's mentality is you follow the money. And if these big guys are doing that and there's not a bunch of lawsuits coming from these institutional investments, that they're probably aware of something we're not. And the only way to find out is to be there.
Interesting that you say that they're probably loading the boat as well because, like you already mentioned as well, the dark pool volume just recently hit a record high since last August. Last August, it got over it got over 85% last August, and that's when Mullen was initially pushed down below $1. But this is the only time since then that Mullen's been over 80% off exchange, and off exchange volume is where institutional investors and hedge funds make transactions that doesn't affect the little market. So they could possibly
Yeah,
be loading the boat, like you said, through the dark pool because nobody sees what happens in the dark pools.
yeah, yeah. That's like the big question mark of what's going on. You don't know if there's some good stuff going on in the dark pool or if it's all what we suspect. And we know that a lot of the shorts uh, they use their shares on the lit exchange to depreciate the value of the stock price. Then they cover in the dark pool and it doesn't benefit the stock. And
Exactly.
so we know that's unfair. We know, um, but the dark pool might also be producing some really big investors on the backside of things that want to be on for this big ride that's potentially coming. And I just really feel that it is. I really feel that I don't know. Like I said, there's just too many things that add up to a big merger or heck even a buyout. You got people like GM, a bunch of GM executives on board, um, Ford, Tesla, and if ours just technology is what all I believe it is, and we're going to be um, you know 51% on that in North and South America. That's a big deal for domestic vehicles, and why wouldn't somebody like GM or Ford want in on that not only that technology but on what we have to offer? Um, we have more EV vehicles than any other EV company that I'm aware of as far as offering. I mean, we've got it all from commercial to regular transport vehicles to military style platforms. And that's another. I think Bollinger's going to be a big thing. They had some big stuff going on behind the scenes before. I just really see that being a big fit to replace the old H1 and H2 platform. Uh, we'll see. But yeah, it's a tricky situation to be in. And it's they say diamond hands, and all that. And, those of us that are part of the Bullet Army, we definitely got diamond hands.
Yep.
So we're going to lose it all, or we're gonna really be successful with this investment. And Lord, I pray it's going to be a big blessing and not continue down this path much longer.
Mullen, I believe, has been putting all the pieces together. They've been doing Work Truck Week. They've been doing all types of shows to get more eyes on their product. They've been getting a lot of attention from fleet government professionals. That's another thing that could possibly come down the pipeline. Maybe, that's, in his back pocket somewhere. Maybe he knows something about a government loan. It feels like everything is in line. It's just they need to produce the vehicles and deliver.
Yeah, I agree. We forget about, that was big news back before Christmas, like Watergen, Watergen purification system.
Mm-hmm.
That's some really cool tech. I don't think that they got that, just made that deal just so people could drink water in the car. I think that we got some little bits and pieces of puzzles, and we just got to kind of just put them out there and see if any of it really makes sense. And I think some of it does. And I think like Watergen and Bollinger, that's a fit for them in a military environment and hot, dry areas where water is hard to come by. So those two things in my mind are fit. Even for some of these delivery type services in our vans. So like your FedEx, UPS style couriers, to have that ability to have fluid on board is important. But I think that there's a lot of things that have happened in the past that will show up in the near term or either in the future that will be like, oh, I kind of forgot about that deal. And it kind of makes sense. Again, it's just we're so in the dark. It's hard to. We only notice the negative because there's so much negative going on. That I think that sometimes we just kind of overlook the positive. We're all just kind of in a gloomy place right now. We're having a fight to stay positive, and that's what's unique about, in my opinion, what we call our Bowling Army. It's people from all over that people will really believe in what we're doing here and believe in each other. And I think that we can see the bad, and we can see the manipulation, and we can see the unfair shorting and constant crap, but we still bond together and lift each other up, and we're really fighting a battle here, and we really want people joining arms, from all over the world. I mean, I've made some really good friends by this investment, and some real friends, and like you mentioned McQuickly earlier, he's a salt of the earth, just a wonderful person, period, outside of Mullen, but he's become a friend of mine, and I value that. And so we're all in this together. And I've said it before, I'm really in this at this point for the investors more than I am anything else, because we're all kind of here where we're at, and we've got to work through it one way or the other together, no matter what that means. So it's special. What we got is special, and I think it is possible for us to overcome a lot of the obstacles and by working as a team that we have, and that we can be successful. And I think some of us have stuck around longer than we probably would have because we've had other people to lift us up and encourage us, not give up. And we'll have other people there to share their experience, their past experience, and other investments like Tesla, for example, and say, look, we kind of went through this before. Don't give up. There's no guarantee in your investment, but there is a chance that all this negativity is for a reason, and it's to try to push you away from something that's coming. And that's kind of where I'm at.
Neo was getting driven down just like Mullen was. People were calling it a Chinese scam over and over and over, and it got as low as like $1.10. Then from there it had a V-shaped reversal, as well as AMC. AMC, they were saying AMC was going to go bankrupt and everything. AMC got down around $2 per share. Then that's when it started squeezing shorts out. It's like a cycle. They have a short scheme up against a company. They do their research and they think they can target certain companies that retail is heavily involved in. Then they drive the stocks low as possible. And before you know it, it might have a reversal after you've gotten out.
I think some of your big shorts too. They're playing the retail shorts when it comes down to that.
Yeah.
They know what's going on, and so they hang them out to dry. There's no loyalty whenever it comes to money with these people. I wasn't around for GME or AMC. I made a little money on investing early on. This is the first company that I felt that I really wanted to be long in, and definitely. And although I would pull some shares out at certain targets that I always wanted, I bought my daughter's shares. That I really see that this company is sustainable and it's going to grow and could compete with Tesla at some point. So, but yeah. There's been companies that had nothing to offer. That had no money on the books, had nothing going for it, that squeezed, and made bukus of money. And so, one way or the other, the possibilities here, not only long term to me are strong, but short term, I think a squeeze is liable to come. That's not why I invested here, but I'd welcome anything with upward momentum. I think we're all ready for that. If nothing else, just for some relief. Looking at the charts back in October and then in March of 22, there's been multiple people who have posted some similarities, which aren't overlay patterns, as to what it is now on a daily. And it mirrors it. It looks like if it's going to happen, we might even be a week or two late on it. But it should happen. And so,
yeah, a lot of people have been looking at the chart and seeing that Mullen is well overdue. Like, this is a very extended downtrend. And if you look at the indicators, it's been trying to curl up for a long time. Like, people, I think that's another reason why longs are optimistic, is because they can see on the charts that it's due for a pop. It hasn't been happening because they see the charts the same way we do, and they manipulate it so it doesn't go in a direction that we're thinking it's going to go. That's why every time the indicators curl up, it gets a flush the next day. Because, when you see those like 9-10% pops when the market is closed and the indicators start to curl up, people get hype about it, and then the next day they drop it down. That happens all the time.
Every day. I don't day trade, but even if I did day trade and were able to day trade, it'd be easy to do with Mullen because you can set a clock by what it's going to do. It's just been easy. It's been too easy, and I think that's what's drawn a lot of shorts in too. A lot of retail shorts. And I despise shorts. I know that people say that they got a purpose, and if we squeeze, we might be patting them on the back for the help, but I think it's morally wrong to bet against a company. But anyway, it is what it is. I think that we've been prevented from squeezing so many times that a lot of people just wonder if it could ever happen, and a lot of people have given up hope that we're going to rebound or squeeze or whatever. And I think that's kind of when things actually happen. I think that's when the last of the people that wouldn't scream uncle held on are going to be the ones that take the ride, and I think that's coming. How much further down can we possibly go? And they got very aggressive with the shorting last week, more so than normal. It seemed like, it seemed like they really poured the heat on us last week. It's almost like they're getting their last kicks in before something, like they knew something was coming to me.
With people saying that it might hit like 35 before reversing here pretty soon, that's kind of in line with this last piece of dilution that's supposed to be coming out next week. So if Mullen does flush to that 35 cent level, that may just be what Investor Place is talking about as far as this finalizing that, you know, last bit of that death spiral.
It kind of adds up, doesn't it?
It does. Like if
And
you put the pieces together, it kind of does. And that's just how I think. But still, like I'm still here. Like I'm not gonna sell my position. I'm gonna add where I can because I know a reversal is coming, and it doesn't make sense to do a reverse split or have to sell some of your assets just to stay afloat when production is literally like a month away.
yeah, it would be sickening to look back
Yeah.
in a month. Holy crap! I just lost all of this money, and I could be a millionaire right now. You know. Yeah. There's no way. There's no way I'm gonna tap out. It's all or nothing, and it's been really hard to watch. You know, and those of us that have been here a long time kind of got immune to it, and we almost welcome the stock price coming down to some degree because we're confident it's going to rebound, and we're just loading all we possibly can, not only get our average down but accumulate. And so it's just a game. You know, it's a game with being mentally strong to work through this and to try to find good in it. You just kind of got to adapt to the situation, I think, and see where it goes. I still believe that we got a lot of good coming to us, and I think it's going to happen soon. Either something bad's going to happen soon or something really good's going to happen soon. I'm banking on something good happening, and I really hope something good happens for all our retail investors. And there's a lot of people out there that they need some relief. We've all been through the mud so long, man. I look forward to a Vegas rooftop party. You know, I want to hug some necks, shake some hands. And we've been through hell and back together, and I think it's possible. I really do. And I want to tell everybody, you know, that we love y'all and we're trying, we're pulling for each other, and you know, you're not alone in this situation. And I really feel better days are ahead of us.
Yeah, gotta stay strong out there, no matter what. Like you said, this, you know, the Mullen Army, stick together, you know, lift each other up, and we can't have a motivator, you know, looking down. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay in the fight because it's a war. You know, it's a war between the shorts and retail. They're trying to get us. They're trying to get the longs out of the stock, and they're trying to load up behind the scenes for themselves. They try to make money both ways. But
yeah, I'm a fight. You know, we're not going to go down without a fight. You know, like I said, it's all or nothing. And you know, we can dwell on some things we don't know and don't understand, or we can just keep swinging for the fence. And one way or another, we're gonna get somewhere together. And I just really in my heart feel like we're gonna prove all the FUD wrong, you know. And like I said, I really look forward to the time that we can all celebrate and be up in spirits over this. I think it'll be sooner than later. I really do.
yeah, that'll be a good deal. Well, I appreciate you coming on and sharing your thoughts. And for those that are watching, I hope you guys got some good information, some good insight, as well as hearing from the man himself, the one that keeps us uplifted on a daily basis. Looking forward to them good morning messages. And thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, brother. I really appreciate it. Go.